Good evening and welcome to Wisdom Walk Talk here on Black Hole Radio and my YouTube channel, Wisdom Walk 2 Self Mastery. I am your host and guide, Jojo Maria and Saroma. And August is the second and final nature month in this water year that has opened a new age in human evolution with mind-blowing changes. Navigating through relentless and disruptive shifts in climate and weather, deadly COVID variants, and the Great Resignation is daunting and traumatic, but we don't have to stay in victim mode. We can consciously choose to embrace the following cosmic truths. There's no going back. It's time for new learning, and we're all in this together. Join me as I guide you through a love-centered pathway forward by shifting up from denial and acceptance, from arrogance to reverence, and from isolation to collaboration. Tonight I'll start with shifting from denial to acceptance, but first, just a reminder, if you are listening to this live broadcast right now over the phone and you have a problem, over the internet, and you have a problem with your connection, you can listen over the phone at this number, which is area code 563-999-3089. I will be uploading a video of this broadcast on Tuesday to my YouTube channel, which is Wisdom Walk to Self Mastery. Please subscribe and like if you haven't already. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them on my Facebook page, which is Wisdom Walk Radio, my Facebook group, Wisdom Walk Community, my website page, which is www.wisdomwalk2selfmastery.com, or, of course, in the comments section below the YouTube video. But right now, I invite you to sit or lay back and join me for an exploration of the inner landscape, where you can connect to your soul and discover the true treasure of being human. So, Wisdom Walkers and soon to be Wisdom Walkers, it's my great pleasure to open up this month of August, this Leo season into Virgo season with you to do this important work. Wow, we are in some really big times. So, of course, as always, I'm going to start off by calling on the ancestors. Yes, those people whose shoulders we're standing upon, for whom we wouldn't be here without. And so it's really important, especially in the times we are facing, to call on all the help, physical and non-physical, that we can muster in order to be able to stay in alignment with our truth. So please think about your ancestors, those people who are no longer on the earth plane, and they could be persons that you love, they could be persons that hurt you, because when people cross over, they get to go back to their full status as a spiritual being, a non-physical being, and they learn from what they did. And the ones who were like the black sheeps, or the ones that were harmful, can become some of the biggest guides that we can have on our earthly walk. So say their names aloud and join me as I honor the ancestors. Creator, Mother, Father, God, Source, all the one, all that is. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the blessing and the mercy in our lives, and for yet another opportunity to open ourselves to your greater will. Creator, we are going through some very challenging times on this planet, and so we are asking and thanking you for giving us access to the ancestors. Yes. And ancestors, we are calling out to you, asking and thanking you for showing up and being for us the guides, the support, and the love that we need. You who can see in all directions at once, you for whom problems here are not problems there. We call out to you, we invoke you, and we welcome you into our lives as great guides. And so, Creator, I ask and thank you for the blessing of the ancestors and for these great emissaries to be more present in our lives than ever. And I ask you and thank you for all this in the name of all that is holy. I speak the name of the Yeshua and the Mary Magdalene in honor of the divine feminine, sacred masculine, so conjunctant on the earth plane at this time. And I say, Amen. Ashe Ahoasai Shinga Bismillah, and so it is. Let me roll right into our elemental and astrological forecast for this week of August 1st through the 7th. And this past Friday, and Friday is the elemental beginning of the week, because that's what January 1st fell on. It fell on a Friday. And so July 30th, we stepped into an Earth week as we transition from a fire month into a nature month. And here's the opportunity. It's about paying it forward, giving support, and being an inspiration. Offer assistance without expecting anything material in return. Demonstrate your ability to be generous, compassionate, considerate, and trustworthy. Invoke the generative, nourishing, and abundant universal love energy of the earth element to be of service to others. In doing this in a humble and balanced way, you will be gifting your soul with unconditional love. This emotional resource will serve you well as you continue to move through unexpected barriers to the fulfillment of your annual commitments and your greatest dreams. As you comfort others, you will be comforted. So, of course, there are always distractions, right? And so this is what you want to be on the lookout for, especially this week when I share with you some of that astrology. Complaining. Let it go. If you feel yourself going down that road, stop yourself, because it really, you need all your energy. You need all your energy just to withstand all of what is coming this week. So really, really let go of the complaining. It's not a good use of your time and energy. Also, expecting others to do what you can do. No, don't compare. Just because you can help somebody out in a certain way doesn't mean they can return that same favor in that way. So don't hold on to that. And last but not least, the fear of not being appreciated or compensated. Yeah, let that go, because many times the things that we do in life don't come back to us in a direct line. They may come back in very surprising ways. So allow the universe to do what it knows best, and just don't hold on to feeling like you're a victim to someone or a circumstance. Now, this coming Friday, August the 6th, we move into a water week. Time to reconcile negative feelings and beliefs, and I'll share that with you in the next broadcast. Now, astrologically, this week we'll experience challenging energies. The force of Saturn and Uranus, designed to help us to evolve and to release toxic and outdated patterns, projects, and relationships. Yes, we've got conjunctions and trines meeting up with squares and oppositions. Yeah, and the Saturn-Uranus energy is huge, and I'll tell you about that in a second. So here's the major transits this week. It's just really amazing. So today into tomorrow, we've got the Sun conjuncting Mercury and Leo, which is usually a very positive, energy flowing kind of thing, but it's in opposition to Saturn. And from Astro Butterfly, we're told that this mid-cycle conjunction is opposite Saturn, so the revelations the Sun and Mercury will require emotional maturity and discernment. If at times you feel at odds with society, keep in mind that any struggle, any conflict is an opportunity to understand yourself and your place in the world better. I love that. It's very, very positive way to think about and look at the and conflictual energy that is going to be showing up today into tomorrow. Now, on the 3rd, We get Venus in Virgo trining Uranus, which again, love trines, that's the energy is flowing, but there's that Uranus thing coming because you also got Mercury in Leo squaring Uranus and Taurus. Then 3 days later on August the 6th, we get the Sun in Leo, but into a square with Uranus and Taurus. So here's what Gray Crawford, another astrologer I really appreciate, said back in February of 2021 in regards to what he calls the force of Saturn and Uranus. He says it will bring irrevocable, I can't get it, but it's like change that you can't get back. You can't undo. That's it. Irrevocable. That's it. Irrevocable change. And he says things will not be returning to the way they were before. So we will need to navigate a liminal passage that will take us from the known into the unknown. While we will need to make rapid responses sometimes to changes erupting around us in 2021, we will also need to patiently deepen into the internal shifts we experience and make the space needed to sort through the visions of expansive growth we receive. Processes involving Saturn take time and cannot be rushed, but in the end, they can lead to new sources of enduring support. The choices we make and the work we initiate with Saturn in square with Uranus will be crucial in building the world to come. Yeah. So, as Betty Davis said in the film All About Eve, buckle your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Yeah, this week is going to be interesting. I will put these astrological references for you on my Facebook page, also in the comment section below, the description below the YouTube video. And I will be doing a special video this week because we have the Lionsgate portal showing up on Sunday the 8th. And that's a really neat time to set some good intentions because that portal usually brings some really powerful, good Leo energy for us. Now, as a reminder, in August on the 22nd, it will be a Sunday. That will be our monthly Earth Day. And right now on the Earth Day site, they're doing this Global Earth Challenge. This is the world's largest ever coordinated citizen science campaign. The initiative works to integrate existing citizen science projects as well as build the capacity for new ones, all as part of a larger effort to grow citizen science worldwide. Using mobile technology and open citizen science data, Global Earth Challenge empowers people around the world to help monitor and mitigate threats to environmental and human health in their community. So do go to the website www.earthday.org/global-earth-challenge, and I'm putting it up on the screen for the YouTube, but I'll post it in on my Facebook. You can also do what they call a simple act of green. That's also on the website. And there's also, if you need to get some more understanding and information about climate change, they talk about climate literacy. They want people in the world to really, really understand what this is really about. And so there's a portal on the website too where you can get that. And remember, this is so important because together we can make our planet habitable for the 7 generations that come behind us. Yes, yes, yes. So let's move into tonight's program where I'm going to share with you evidence of the great shift up, talk about that, of these changes that are going on for us, why denial and how to move into acceptance, and then, of course, a personal growth opportunity for you. My quote tonight comes from Miss Lena Stevens, who does a wonderful, wonderful forecast every month on her website, The Power Path. Also, we'll leave that link where you can find it. And in her forecast for the month of August, she had this lovely quote, which I'm going to share, where she talks about what is the work. She says, courage to tell the truth, courage to let go, courage to forgive, determination to trust, discipline to stay out of blame, compassion for yourself and others, acceptance and cooperation regarding change not initiated by you, keeping your vibration high no matter what through beauty, inspiration, and strong spiritual practices, staying in your own lane and out of other people's drama and negativity, trusting your intuition, your inner guidance, and having the courage to go for what is right for you, taking full responsibility for your own shift. Ashe. Beautiful, beautiful and important message for us right now. So, the great shift up. I have just, again, been very aware that over the years, over at least a decade, me and friends in this spiritual community that I get to participate in, as well as with New Thought people. We've been talking about the shift is coming, the shift is coming. And we were doing things to help prepare for it. We were looking for signs of it. We were becoming, very aware of how we were shifting in terms of our experience of ourselves, our experience of each other, our experience of the world. And I realized in a very deep way, more so than ever before, that the shift is here. We are in the shift. We are really living the shift. And there are three things that have shown up that I think really make it very, very clear to us in ways that we couldn't have imagined. And so first I'm talking about the indisputable, deadly climate and weather shifts going on. Right now in Turkey, there are horrendous fires in a forested area that usually wouldn't be that hot. I have a friend that lives in Turkey, and she said it was like 100 degrees up in the mountain region, which is unbelievable. There's also fires in Australia. There's fires in Greece. It's fires here in California. So that, along with, I just read about how enough water melted in Greenland to cover the entire state of Florida in at least 2 inches of water. Yeah. So this stuff is really real. And of course, these weather shifts where it was hotter in Milwaukee, Wisconsin than it was here in Southern California. They were in the 90s, we're still in the 70s. The rains that came in China and created all those floods. I mean, I can go on and on and on, because we truly are in the midst of a huge shift in our climate and weather. Some of this is man-made, but some of it also is about how the universe works and the nature of our Earth. So that's a huge shift. That's a very huge shift. The other one, of course, is the deadly variants of COVID that are showing up. It seemed like we had turned a corner, and now we're managing it, and then we get this surge that is going on. And again, it is a global pandemic. It's not about, okay, here in one country or one neighborhood, things are good. If you've got 4 million people dying in India, if you've got people in countries that want a vaccine and they can't get it, we're not out of the woods yet. It's not over. And so it's a relentless thing that's going on. And again, another really big shifting that is happening. And then last but not least, something I just heard about recently is called the Great Resignation. But there have been about 4 million people in the United States who have resigned from their jobs. It seems like it's just about, oh, I was working from home and I like it, so I'm not going back in the office. But it's a little deeper than that. And there's this wonderful videographer. Her name is Katie Lynn, and I'll leave a link to her video where she breaks it down about the Great Resignation. And she says that, you know, a big piece of it is because it's been coming for a while. People have not been happy being in the matrix and being mechanical in a job, and that COVID really came in the shutdown to give people the opportunity to really get clear about that and to take the necessary steps to, you know, getting fulfillment in life, something I talk about all the time. Now, the shift is here, the shift is happening, but yet we are still dealing with denial about it. And you know what? This makes sense because denial is an expression of deep fear. Deep fear. Here's some definitions. One I got from a website, theverywellmind.com. It says, denial is a type of defense mechanism that involves ignoring the reality of a situation to avoid anxiety. Defense mechanisms are strategies that people use to cope with distressing feelings. In the case of denial, it can involve not acknowledging reality or denying the consequences of that reality. And then also from the mayoclinic.org website, you can be in denial about anything that makes you feel vulnerable or threatens your sense of control, such as an illness, addiction, eating disorder, personal violence, financial problems, or relationship conflicts. And of course, we'll add to that the COVID pandemic. It also says you can be in denial about something happening to you or someone else. So having said all that, we get that, you know, being in denial is a reaction. It's a fear response when something shows up that is overwhelming. And those shift things that I just talked about are very fear producing. So how do we move out of that? How do we move out of denial? Because if we can't move out of it, we can't respond in an appropriate, healthy, and loving manner to these challenges that have come into our lives, into our reality. So to move out of denial, we have to become conscious of the fear and face it. Yes, yes, yes. Now, the ultimate fear is death. And only by accepting our mortality can we truly experience being alive. Facing fear means feeling emotional pain, and that is what we naturally attempt to avoid. So moving out of the denial requires a courageous shift up into a higher, healthier consciousness. Often we can't do this alone. We need support for safety and for encouragement. So here's the personal growth opportunity for you that can help you. And I don't care if you believe that you are not in denial about certain things. This is designed to help you get at what you are not conscious of that you are in denial about at this time in your life. So, because denial is a defense mechanism, it does require energetic support for release. So, what I suggest is you set an intention to become conscious of what you are in denial about regarding yourself and your life. Make a sacred request by writing something like this. Creator, all that is, I ask and thank you for enabling me to uncover my denial and move me into acceptance. I receive, I receive, I receive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe, amen, however you want to end that. Next, I suggest you place your sacred intention on your altar, and if you don't have one, get one. And it's very simple. You just need a piece of cloth. I always like ancestor stuff because I'm a fire person. So red cloth and a red candle, or a candle with red in it, whatever, burning safely. And you place that on the altar for 24 hours. And then you're going to release it in a fire or a water ritual. Next, allow at least 3 days of the rewiring process, after which you will receive the clarity and acceptance energy you requested from your God and the universe. Let the tears flow and reach out to family or friends who can hold space for your healing experience. Yes. And I think if all of us were to do this, it would be very, very helpful in regards to us being able to accept the great shift up that is happening right now. My Sara saying I will leave you with comes from Maya Angelou, and it is, my wish for you is to continue. Continue to be who and how you are, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. Continue to allow humor to lighten the burden of your tender heart. Ashe. Thank you, Miss Sara, for holding on to that one so that I could share it out. Wow. I've come to the close of tonight, and as always, I want to thank my wonderful engineer, Miss Yvette Parker, and the entire Black Hole Radio Be Well family, again, for providing me with this platform so that I can be of service to you every week in this way. I also want to shout out to my regular listeners, to those of you who have wisdom walked with me and you know who you are, to my family on both coasts, to my spiritual kin, to my transformational leadership colleagues and my medicine brothers and sisters around the world, and all of those who may be listening or watching for the first time. Thank you, big thank you for supporting my work. I couldn't do this without you. Now, I am on a mission to get 1,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel. Did a little more research to find out what helps to make that happen. You know what it is? It's being consistent and doing your work. So I promise to do that, and I'm asking you very humbly and kindly to like and subscribe to my channel, and that will help push numbers up. Also, please share my videos with people that you know. That will also help it. Very, very grateful. Next week, I will continue talking about the great shift up, the shift from arrogance to reverence, and the importance of us doing that. Now, the book, Wisdom Walk 2, Self-Mastery, Ancient Wisdom for Transforming Pain, available in Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, Kindle, and other online booksellers. I am in the process of recording it for Audible, so hopefully before the end of the fall, I will have a Audible rendition of this wonderful, wonderful book that God gifted me with. And last but not least, I want to thank my God, my ancestors, my spirit guides, loving entities, everything that walks with me, keeps my head to the sky, my feet to the ground, and my heart open to do this important work with and for all of you. Please have a very healthy and safe Earth Week, being an inspiration to others and yourself. Continue to wear your mask, practice social distancing and safe relating, wash those hands frequently or use your alcohol rub, avoid perceived safety and embrace science safety. And do remember, you are not disposable. In fact, you are divine. Good night now.